What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. If you are rocking with this content, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new album from Jae Skeese entitled Abolished Uncertainties. So, Drumwork as a label is really heating up. Just 2 weeks ago, Conway and Jae Skeese dropped their collab EP, Pain Provided Profit, and now Jae Skeese has officially dropped his debut album, Abolished Uncertainties. Yeah, he's dropped several projects over the course of the last 2 years, but this one is considered his actual debut. Now, Jae Skeese is very talented and skillful MC coming out of Buffalo. He's an artist who has grown on me quite a bit since I first heard him back in 2020. But getting right into this new project, it contains 13 songs lasting approximately 46 minutes. The features include Conway the Machine Freeway, Kota Sevilla, Teray King, and Jillian Hainsworth. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track-by-track breakdown. The opener, Revolver, has this intense soul sample and a backdrop that's just dusty. I really like the pocket that Jae Skeese was flowing in. He's flexing his hunger and really rapping. Jae Skeese gives Griselda their flowers for putting him on, as he states, "Who knew the type of impact to the game the legend West would bring? Benny Con and Derringer, a special team, opening the door so I could kill him on a second spree." He's also talking about breaking through the local Buffalo scene and having this underdog status. So yeah, as a whole, it's a strong opener that immediately grabs your attention, and you can just feel his hunger and urgency out the gate. Track 2, Million Dollar Dreams, is an anthem about his quest for the cash flow. I dug the alarming, aggressive production and the double time flow Jae Skeese was using. He was really going in, speaking on having these million-dollar dreams, stating, "We making fractions of pennies from DSPs, so I need me a lot of streams." I also liked, "This is my message, I had to relay it like sprinters and track meets. How I'm finna run the game, you would think that I came and did it with track cleats." Track 3, Bonneville, is a straight up banger. It's a single, but raw as ever. We get a crunchy and cinematic instrumental from Cartoon Beats, and Jae Skeese interpolates the Fugees' How Many Mics, which I found to be super dope and unexpected. Haven't really heard that sample ever. How many mics do y'all rip on the daily? Many money, say many. Jae Skeese also had a crazy off-kilter delivery here that is bound to get your energy up. The following bars are pretty ill. "Headshot, hit his head top, turned to convertible. Death is irreversible. We've been G's since the cervical. You might think that your dudes is deep, my crew's submersible, like submarines, and they ain't merciful. On instrumentals, I get surgical." Yeah, as a whole, fire single that goes hard in the whip. After this is Burner Phone, where we see Jae Skeese taking a page from the playbooks of Nas and Pharoah Monch, and I'm obviously referencing the classic tracks by Nas, "I Gave You Power" and "Organized Confusion," "Straight Bullet," what y'all know about that Straight Bullet. But here, Jae Skeese creatively raps from the perspective of what? A burner phone. So if you ever dabbled in the streets, or you know folks who do, you know the importance of a burner phone, even though they are expendable. I dug the warm, soulful backdrop and his storytelling throughout. I'd say it's one of the more creative songs that I've heard in a while. Definitely shows off his songwriting skills. Right after is Out Here with Freeway. It's another banger, but a bit more menacing. We get this rusty and rugged Cartoon Beats instrumental that makes you want to slap someone. Or if you're not feeling that violent physically, you'll at least get the screw face. And Jae Skeese is rapping aggressively, and there's a feature from Philadelphia Freeway that doesn't disappoint, as Freeway features rarely do. Following this is another standout, Symmetry with Conway the Machine. It's got a dope soul sample, shrill strings, and trap-like drums, but I'd call this instrumental soulful boom trap. Conway and Skeese are doing the double time flow, so it keeps the energy high. Yeah, this one's a single, but it's still raw enough for the underground heads. There is this motivational quality to it, as well as Skeese and Con talk about overcoming adversity And being these Buffalo dudes who beat the odds, it just makes you want to root for them even more. The temperature cools down a little on Lunch Table, where we get more melodic boom bap production that gave me strong Joey Badass Pro Era vibes. There's definitely a feel-good 90s quality to it, as Jae Skeese is having some fun kicking more freestyle rhymes, and the topic here, making beats on a lunchroom table, is gonna be relatable. After this is Red Kool-Aid, which has a attractive saxophone beat from Buddha and Grands that really taps into that jazzy East Coast aesthetic. I like Skeese's flow and wordplay throughout, even though it's one verse, and it's followed up by some profound spoken word from Jillian Hainsworth. Immediately after is One of One with Kota Sevilla, and it's set to this breezy up-tempo backdrop. On here, Jae Skeese is rapping about being rather unique. You know, he's speaking on his uniqueness and declaring himself one-on-one. He's talking his talk, showing us he's comfortable in his own skin. He's not caught up with the facades on social media, and he would rather stand out than fit in. So I found it to be a cool, introspective track that shows his knack for being able to stay on topic. Track 10, Ekin 3, is the third installment to his Ekin or Nike series, and it's strictly for the sneakerheads, especially those who have a preference for Nike. And if you've paid attention to Jae Skeese's lyrics prior to this album, you will know that he is very passionate about sneakers. I personally dabble in sneakers a bit myself, not to the extent of Jae Skeese, but I could appreciate his love affair with them. I thought the triumphant horn sample was solid. Yeah, as a whole, I have no complaints with Ekin 3. Track 11 is Mind Right, produced by Grey Matter, which has a meditative, ethereal beat that was initially my least favorite, although it has grown on me somewhat. On this record, Skeese is doing some soul searching and deep introspection, trying to put failure into perspective. He's reminding folks to stay positive and to focus on the bigger picture. All this is sound and good advice, which is pretty hard to hate on unless you're just a hater or a pessimist. Second to last song, Sideline Saga, contains some crisp piano production from Cartoon Beats. It's mellow, but one of my favorite instrumentals from the project, as the vibes sort of channel Camp Low or Tribe. But here, Jae Skeese provides more hustle and motivation bars. He raps about his ambition and hunger for more, but he also helps folks on the sidelines out by sharing his story to inspire. Then the album wraps up with Auntie Crystal, where we get a softer, jazzier soundscape, and it's very fitting for Skeese to open up here about his own family. He dedicates the track to his Auntie Crystal, but he also speaks on family problems like his dad's addiction and his dad's bout with cancer. I was somewhat getting a Kendrick or Absol vibe to this sonically. It's heartfelt, and it does show his willingness to open up and get personal. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of a strong 4 mics. Yeah, I'm going there. It's definitely a debut album that you don't want to sleep on. I feel Jae Skeese checked off quite a few boxes on this project. You had your fair share of bangers, raw lyrical tracks, ones that were melodic and ones that were introspective. And that's the kind of balance that Mixtape Moth looks for in album. Yeah, it was bar heavy, don't get me wrong, but there was still a focus on flows, vibes, songwriting, and hooks, which I think separates him a bit from the average underground MC. I found the production to be pretty darn solid and varied throughout. I will say though, I did prefer the production on the first half more than on the back end, but to me, the first 6 songs are bangers. One more thing that I want to highlight that I could appreciate about this project was Jae Skeese's flow change up. He kept things interesting throughout by switching it up often. Yeah, this release does have me looking forward to what Khan, Skeese, and Love the Genius have cooking up on Drumwork for the remainder of the year. My favorite tracks include $1 Million Dreams, Bonneville, Burner Phone, Out Here, Symmetry, Red Kool-Aid, Ekin 3, and Sideline Saga. Let me know what you thought about this album in the comment section It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's peace and blessings. Jae Skeese, Abolished Uncertainties. 1.